Do you have a photographic memory? Do your employees? If not, you need an operations manual, and I'm going to tell you what should be in it. Welcome to another edition of Hospitality Property School. I am your instructor, Jerry McPherson. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. And make sure to hit the little bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video. You won't want to miss anything I designed especially for you. I'm not going to tell you exactly what your operations manual should include because it's up to you. The material could vary a little bit from property to property, but the frame or the structure I'm going to share with you is universal. You don't have to write all this down because first, it's a long list, and second, you can find it at keystonehospitalitydevelopment.com/KHDC198. If you're a member of the Hospitality Property School group, you can access a link to a PDF with the list in the resource section. I do suggest keeping a pen and paper handy in case you think of information you would like to include. Statistically, 9 out of every 10 businesses fail within the first 5 years. This is why you should not look at your hospitality property as an independent business. If you look at McDonald's, Starbucks, big chain hospitality properties, more of them succeed because they are set up for consistency. They are franchises, and 75% or more of franchises succeed. Part of the reason for their success is due to having a standard operations manual in place. If you're a small property, your chances of success will increase dramatically if you are determined and take time to develop an operations manual. As I mentioned before, your operations manual should be treated like a living, breathing entity and can be amended accordingly as trial and error findings are made. When designing this manual, you must always have in the back of your mind, can I open a second location with this operations manual model and not have any problems? Or, can I open 10 locations with this operations manual model and not have any problems? Or, can I open 1,000 locations with this operations manual model and not have any problems? Your goal must be to develop the best working system of the operations manual model, and when it's completed, your system must work like clockwork. What should go into your operations manual model? As I said before, everything. An example I've used in the past is McDonald's. The next time you walk into one of their locations, take a moment to look at their operation. Look at the decor of the restaurant, how you're greeted by the employee, their uniforms, the distance between the ovens to the burger slides to the register, how the fries are cooked on a timer. In theory, no matter what location you find yourself in a McDonald's restaurant, all the above will be the same. The reason? They're all working from the same operations manual model. You may not enjoy the franchise, but there's no way you cannot respect their system. You might be thinking, I'm in the small hospitality property industry. Why are you talking about McDonald's? Well, that's easy. The theory is the same. It's an operations manual model that works, so there's no reason for you to try to rediscover the wheel. Copy the model that works and use it. Your operations manual will contain a large amount of information, including a detailed organizational role responsibility list. Who is responsible for what, with the diagram if applicable. What should you include in your operations manual? I'll tell you. Okay, here we go. It should include the following: company history, vision, and organization, products and services, policies, position statements, systems, how it's done. What else should you include in your operations manual? Ready? 1. Location of your site. Description. The amount of foot traffic you attract. The amount of drive-by traffic you attract. Area and your customers. Demographics. Age, sex, lifestyle. Distance from a population center. What your highway access looks like. Distance from complementary businesses. Reason? Your location will tell you a lot about your business. Is your location easily accessible to your target clientele? 2. Training. It's imperative that you have this aspect of your operations manual correct. The training must be step-by-step and easy to understand by even the lowest possible skill level. You should also be specific in how your training will proceed. When the employees are hired or change position, not preferable. On a regular basis, preferable. Who is responsible for the training and what are the necessary materials needed? 3. Your property setup. What equipment, furnishings, and accessories are required? Include prices if possible. 4. Supply and inventory. This would include room supplies, bedding, towels, bathroom accessories, cleaning supplies, vacuum cleaners, building materials, if you have a restaurant, food inventory, etc. You will also include the quantity, the supplier or suppliers, the prices, etc. 5. Staff uniforms. You have to decide how you would like to present you and your staff to your customers. Professionally dressed or casual? Is the dress consistent and does it have your business name and logo? 6. Marketing efforts. What marketing do you use? Who is your target customer? What are the platforms and the percentage of your marketing budget allocated to each? This making sense so far? Let me know by leaving a comment. 7. Personnel. A. Responsibilities. An organizational chart of the duties and who is responsible, including who is responsible at every level, which is very important in this section. Also include who is to follow up. B. Perfect employee profiles. What skills are necessary for each role? The type of personality required? Do they have to be team-oriented? C. Job descriptions. Refer to the organizational chart and be more specific. D. How do you find your potential employees? Where do you recruit? How do you recruit? Would you call for referrals? E. Interviewing and background checks. A prepared list of interview questions for each position. How to do background and referral checks. E. Pre-employment testing. A policy and procedure for pre-employment testing. G. New employee orientation and training. A new employee and orientation training process. It's very important that this be thorough and consistent. H. Communicating and personnel policies. Having a proper communication system in place is crucial to the success of your operation. I. Paying your employees. When and the system to be used, as well as the procedure for bonuses. J. Scheduling for employees. How are vacations handled? Time off requests. A plan to make sure all is fair and consistent. K. Employee management forms. This is for old and new staff to review old and new procedures. Ongoing training. L. Employee morale and motivation. Would you like to come to work every day with the same old day in, day out routine? Nothing ever changes? Neither would your employees. It's important to keep your employees motivated and to have systems in place to accomplish this. Keep track of what factors create good morale, signs of bad morale, ways to improve motivation and morale. M. Performance evaluation. When and what is the standard? Are they once a year, twice a year, or ongoing? What is the system you use? Do you have a motivation component included in your evaluations? N. Employee discipline. Here it is extremely important to document everything. O. Documentation, witnesses, signatures for resignations, termination, post-separation procedures, final paychecks, explaining termination to other employees, giving references. P. Good employee management practices. What practices and gratuity policy do you have in place for employees and management? In conclusion, after seeing all of this, some of you might be thinking, "Whoa, Jerry, you're killing me. I only have a small operation." A functioning and up-to-date operations manual will be the backbone of your hospitality property. Let me remind you of the statistic I shared earlier. 9 out of 10 businesses fail within the first 5 years. 75% of businesses using an operation manual model succeed. If you are a member of the Hospitality Property School Group, I have included an entire list of daily operating procedures, plus real-world examples of how your operations manual can work with a list for housekeeping and taking reservations, plus, as an additional bonus, a list of business contacts you need to include. What else would you include in your operations manual? Let me know in the comments section. Now that you've created an operations manual, how will you know it will work? I will tell you how in the next episode. P.S. If you haven't yet, check out the new Insider Tips series released every Thursday. They are short weekly videos that are designed to help you, hospitality property owners and managers, grow your property. Make sure to check them out at KeystoneHospitalityDevelopment.com or on YouTube by searching Insider Tips. That's INNSIDER Tips. Now, if you like this video, let me know in the comments section below your thoughts and if you're going to implement any of these procedures. You can support this free podcast by leaving us a review and giving us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or wherever you happen to be listening to it. Every review helps more people find the podcast at no cost to you. If you know someone who might benefit from this video, please feel free to share it and make sure to hit that like button. I appreciate the feedback. Be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell to be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you so much for your attention, and let's continue to work together to put heads in your beds. Until next time, have a fun day.